We've all been there. You bring home a healthy plant, set it on the windowsill, and watch it collapse within 2 weeks. It's easy to look at a row of dead pots and conclude you simply weren't born with a green thumb. This flowchart illustrates the reality of most plant failures. Path A shows the common mistake, choosing a plant for its aesthetic appeal, which often leads to a quick decline. Path B shows a biological match, where the plant's evolutionary needs align with the light and water your home actually provides. Lazy gardening relies on upfront system optimization. By choosing the right species from the start, you can step back and let the plant's natural resilience do the work. To build that system, we're evaluating 10 plants that are biologically difficult to kill. We've categorized them into the 3 most common environments: the dark indoors, the edible backyard, and the plant and forget patio. Guaranteed success requires a specific trade-off. You have to bypass the prestige of growing demanding, delicate varieties and instead lean on confidence builders that thrive in imperfect conditions. We'll start with the indoor optimizers. This setup is designed for windowless offices, dim corners, and growers who frequently forget their watering cans. The ZZ plant is a primary candidate for these spaces. It requires water only every 3 to 4 weeks because it stores moisture in thick underground rhizomes, essentially built-in water tanks. The trade-off for this resilience is speed and safety. The ZZ grows extremely slowly, and its leaves are toxic to pets if ingested. Then there's the snake plant. It adapts to almost any lighting situation and is one of the few plants NASA confirms can effectively pull toxins from indoor air. This unique biological cycle makes it an ideal bedroom plant. While most species release oxygen during the day, the snake plant continues the process during the night. The risk here is overcare. The snake plant is highly susceptible to root rot if the soil stays damp, and like the ZZ, it must be kept away from curious pets. For a trailing option, pothos provides lush greenery that physically droops when thirsty, giving you a clear, visual signal exactly when it needs a drink. If placed in deep shade, pothos spines tend to become sparse and leggy. You'll need to trim it occasionally to maintain its bushy appearance. For the indoor optimizer, selecting plants with high dehydration tolerance eliminates the recurring cycle of guilt and dead pots. The high-yield minimalists are for growers who want their own food without the constant weeding, delicate pruning, or complex fertilizer schedules. Radishes are the ultimate confidence builder. They thrive in cool soil and go from seed to harvest in just 20 to 25 days, offering an immediate return on your effort. However, they do not tolerate peak summer heat. To get a continuous supply, you must plant a new batch of seeds every 2 weeks. Zucchini is a powerhouse for warm soil. A single plant produces an aggressive yield of 5 to 10 large squashes with little maintenance. That productivity requires a massive physical footprint of 4 to 6 feet. You also have to harvest them on time, or they will swell into hard, inedible gourds. For tomatoes, choose cherry varieties. They are significantly more disease and heat-resistant than full-sized heirlooms and can produce hundreds of fruits in a single season. These require vertical support cages and consistent picking. If you leave ripe fruit on the vine, the plant often signals itself to shut down production. Swiss chard is the most durable leafy green. It's a cut-and-come-again crop where you harvest the outer leaves while the center survives both intense heat and light frosts. The earthy, bitter flavor profile is the main trade-off. It usually requires sautéing with garlic or lemon rather than being eaten raw like lettuce. Successful edible gardening requires choosing high-volume, genetically resilient producers that can handle a wide range of environmental stressors. The plant and forget landscapers provide permanent structure or a culinary supply without the need for annual replanting. Mint thrives on irregular watering and grows so aggressively that it creates an endless supply of fresh herbs for the kitchen. That aggression is exactly why you must keep it strictly in containers. As this diagram shows, mint roots will spread horizontally and choke out neighboring plants if they aren't physically blocked. Chives are a compact alternative. They grow vertically, occupy little space, and regenerate rapidly after harvesting. Keep in mind that chives are a garnish. They provide flavor and aesthetics, but won't serve as a primary caloric food source. For pure landscaping, sedum, or stonecrop, stores water in its fleshy leaves to survive summer droughts while providing reliable late-season color. Sedum requires sharp drainage. Its roots will rot in heavy, waterlogged clay, and it cannot survive in deep shade. Incorporating structural perennials and container-bound herbs allows your outdoor space to look intentionally manicured with almost zero ongoing maintenance. Gardening success starts with picking plants that align with your natural habits, rather than fighting them. This decision framework routes you to the ideal setup based on your primary physical or lifestyle limitation. If you are time-poor and lack outdoor space, the path leads directly to the ZZ and snake plant. If you are impatient for a harvest, chives and radishes provide the fastest win. For high volume and a small footprint, vertical cherry tomatoes are the strongest match. You can lower the friction even further by adding a few autopilot hardware upgrades. Applying 3 to 4 inches of mulch to your outdoor beds creates a physical barrier that stops weeds and locks in moisture, cutting your watering and weeding time by 80%. Indoors, self-watering pots with built-in reservoirs allow your plants to go over 2 weeks between refilling, eliminating the risk of a forgotten weekend. Successful lazy gardening is a result of deliberate system design, trading ego for guaranteed high-yield results.